Welcome to the Digital Nomads Podcast. We're here to give you the latest insights on everything digital from inside the agency.
All right, welcome back. I'm here with Ash again. So let's, we're going to get straight into this. It's your second podcast, mate. You're a veteran now.
Yeah.
We'll call it a veteran.
No excuses.
Yep. We're going to talk about ROI in SEO, ROI on SEO. We'll break down everything. A lot of people ask about it. We get a lot of clients ask about what's the ROI in SEO. For a very long time, it was kind of a front runner. I still believe it's one of the front runners in marketing from an ROI investment.
Yeah.
I do know that email marketing is still hugely beneficial to businesses, especially if you have a large database, but SEO still has a fantastic return if done correctly. So I wanted to actually put some tangible numbers to it, break down investment, cost, and returns. We can reverse engineer it on the fly. So we're going to talk data, we're going to talk money, and go from there. Cool. So did you want to start? Do you have any questions on it first, or do you want me to just fire away?
You fire away,
Yep.
and then I'll jump in where I can.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. So what is ROI in SEO? What is ROI in SEO? So ROI is the return on investment in terms of investing into the service stream.
Yeah.
So the way in which a lot of channels or a lot of marketing channels, when you invest into them, generally have this money in, money out. So the ROI, or the return on ad spend when you're in paid marketing, generally is measurable within the month, right? So you're going, I'm investing X amount of monetary ad spend. I'm investing $10,000 of, AUD per month into paid, if you're working with an agency with management fees of, call it 10%, $1,000 a month, you're investing $11,000 into your marketing. And then you look at how much that's then generating you from a lead to sell from acquisition.
Yeah.
So example, I'm an accounting firm and I'm investing $11,000 per month into advertisement, and it's generating me 100 leads, 20 new customers. Each customer could be generating me $1,000 of revenue. All of a sudden I've got $20,000 of return from 20 customers at $1,000 each.
Yeah.
My return is 2 to 1. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of the theorizing behind it, which is great. And that's how paid marketing is generally formulated. Now, it can be quite difficult from paid. I don't want to go into paid too much, but, generally speaking, it take a bit of a while, some time to get into a profitable ROI in paid.
Yeah. Which is something that is not always known by clients and businesses
and clients
we speak to.
Yeah.
Generally ads and that sort of paid space, people tend to have that notion that it's turn it on and we're good to go.
I think there's a preconceived concept in all marketing that when you start marketing, it just makes you money.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the gist of it. It's like, if I invest in a bunch of marketing, if I invest $100,000 into marketing, doesn't that just make me $200,000?
Yeah.
It's like, well, if it did, then everyone would do it.
Everybody be doing it. Yeah, they would.
So while it can get you to the point of, being in profit and having marketing campaigns that are generating you fantastic return, generally it is an investment of compounding data that takes time to accumulate.
Yeah.
It's about having ads that have been running for a period of time that have then better data, better conversion data, better tracking, better understanding, better first party data, you name it. And all of that collectively is where you start getting to a profitable return.
Yeah.
So that's, long story short, on the tangent of paid. How SEO differs is SEO is an upfront investment that then compounds the investment latter or after the fact.
Afterwards,
so to explain how that works, say I'm investing $10,000 into SEO for the first, call it 10 months to keep it at $1,000 a month. You may not see leads until month 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the first 6 months of your investment is a zero return on your investment.
Yeah.
The difference to this is then once you get past your 10 months and start generating traffic, generating leads, generating return, is that return stays and compounds.
Yeah.
So when I did I did a documentation on this and actually broke down the cost and investment over time. But say you're investing 2 years in advertisement at $10,000 per year, talking about the numbers I was saying earlier, and you're an accountant and you're making $20,000 on your investment, in 2 years you spent 20 grand and made 40. At the end of the 2 years, you turn it off. You're now no longer making any money. You might get some repeat rate customers or some lifetime value still trailing.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, your dollars, 20,000 in, 40,000 out, you're kind of a done deal.
Yeah.
With an SEO investment, say you did the same thing. You did your 2 years of SEO investment at $10,000 per year for 2 years. What you would see is a compounding return of, in that first year, you may find a break even. Okay. You may find you get to the point at the end of the 12 months that you're around that 20, that 20 customer count of where you're then generating a 2-to-1 return on your SEO. By the end of the second year, because your organic rate has increased further when leveraging good SEO tactics, results, freelancer, whoever you want to use, your compounding effect is that you could then be generating the same, if not more than.
More than, yeah.
So even if we hypothetically went in a year, you'll get into the threshold of what was generating you the 2-to-1 return. If you then turned it on off in the second year, you would still then generate that same 20 customers and $20,000 of revenue.
Yeah.
So you have then generated a 1-to-2 or a 2-to-1 return in the first year, and in the second year you could have no investment yet still generate the return.
Yeah.
And then further more into year 3, year 4, year 5, and so on. Mm-hmm. So while the first 6 months would have a negative return on your investment, the 1 year, 2 year, 3 year return on your investment becomes exponential.
Yeah.
And this is where businesses need to look long-sighted.
Yeah.
You need to, I believe in business, you need to be more long-sighted than just short-sighted in your marketing investment. I think you need a short-sighted aspect for when you're managing a business, because there's a lot of, nuances and intricacies of things that happen, staff training, whatever it might be.
Things can happen quickly.
Exactly. Yeah. Things change. So you need a short-sighted mind in business. But from an investment in marketing, where we see businesses fall short is when you've got that short-sighted of, I've only got $1,000 left in my bank account. I need to market. I need to put $1,000 into ads.
Yeah. And
that's not a place you want to be in.
No. And with SEO, I always sort of bring it back to, if you're going to invest in shares, like if you're doing this from a personal, think about it personally, you're not going to, if you have money that you wanted to invest in shares for yourself to try and make money, generally, if you speak to any financial professional, they will tell you that don't look to make money in the next 2 or 3 weeks.
I'm going to grab a statement here. It's, what is it? Warren Buffett's ninth wonder of the world is compounding investment.
Yeah.
That's the famous saying.
Yeah.
Warren Buffett made the majority of his money between the ages in the last 20 years of his life.
Yeah. Because
still alive. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Look at it over a longer period.
Exactly.
You're investing into your business.
Yeah.
SEO, you're investing into your business. And once you've accumulated everything over that 6, 12 months, 18 months, whatever that is, you then get your dividends.
Exactly.
That's what comes afterwards. And SEO is one of those things that has inertia. So once you get going, and we see this, and you start to get good content, well-written content, and all the other signals that Google or other search engines are looking for, everything starts to go on the up. Yeah. And it continues and it continues. And like you say, it's when you look back over a 2-3 year period, you look back and you go, that was a good investment. Yeah. And it was a good investment in my business. Yeah. And we've got some, I won't talk clients, we'll just talk for ourselves at the moment, but you look at the momentum that the agencies generated from this. Like, we're an SEO, we're predominantly an SEO agency. We work really hard at our SEO.
We do. We work very, very hard at our SEO.
And there are no tricks.
No. We invest a lot of time and a lot of money into SEO, even though that we're an agency that does it. And I don't think people necessarily understand that. They're like, oh, you're an SEO agency, so that must mean that, because you're an SEO agency, that means you get SEO for free, right? We invest, we invest, and our time and our investment into our SEO campaign is exponential. We're continually investing more and more and more and more. But guess what? Our return is now incredible
Yeah.
from our SEO.
Oh, it's constantly looking at it, and you can't. It's not one of those things that you can go, all right, I'll spend the next 6 months getting my SEO set up, and then
Leave it.
we'll just leave that, because you got to remember, and we know this, all of our competitors are employing SEO, and all of the businesses that we speak to, their competitors are employing SEO. So if you're in a space on the first page of search engines, very highly likely that the people around you, the businesses that are around you in the SERPs, in the search result pages, are also working. So it's continual, but it pays that dividend in that time that you spend, and you're working with good people that know what they're doing.
I think it's interesting on that as well, is that sometimes when you're in that position of where, you're in a position 1, position 2, position 3 for your primary key terms, and you don't necessarily realize or actively monitor the people around you that are in that performance or investing into the SEO at the same time, sometimes you can get caught off guard. And I got a prime example of that, actually. And again, I can't use client names or details or anything, but we had an inquiry that came through literally, I think it was yesterday, in exactly this space of where they've gone, we need to invest into SEO now. We've been thinking about it for a couple of years and we've just never pulled the trigger. And now we look at their competitors and they're like, they've overtaken us. And when we've actually benchmarked them and looked at now where their competitors are, they're 4 or 5-fold. The traffic that they are generating in comparison.
Which creates a lot of work to get to where they're at.
To recoup that.
To recoup that time.
It's not, the thing is, you can't pay, you can pay for time, but you can't in SEO to a degree, right?
There are certain metrics that no matter how much money you throw at it or experience you throw at it, you need to have that time to let things sit and
learn,
grow, take time.
Exactly. So if you're 2 years behind your comp and then you're now considering the investment, they're in that 2 year ago compounding investment already.
That's an uphill.
It's uphill battle. Big time.
We do have, we have worked with people that are exceptionally good at sort of mitigating that time by just working so hard. And whether that be in the social platforms and everything around SEO that helps sort of,
bring it together.
But these people work 60, 70-hour weeks. As well as investing in all sorts of digital marketing. So, it's hard work. We work tirelessly for the agency just to get us where we're at, us where we're at.
I'm still involved.
A lot of late nights because
I'm still late nighting and working and researching and always will be. But I think when you start then looking at that return, that investment into it, we've many accounts and we can see it as well. You start looking at these, traffic value numbers, which are kind of hypothetical. They're concepts of return on your SEO, which is, Ahrefs or Ahref and SEMrush have them. They're called traffic value metrics, which shows you the value of traffic that you're generating based on what they estimate the return. They can be a little swayed. But generally speaking, if you've got high intent search terms that are generating good traffic to your website that have transactional intent, 9 times out of 10, it's going to increase your conversions through, not in conversion percentage, but your conversions generally being that if you're converting at 5%, you have 1,000 people versus having 2,000 people, you're going to get 2,000 people at 5% or 1,000 people at 5%. So if you can increase your traffic, you're increasing your sales. And that's where the value comes in. We've got case studies of people that have come in with 50 traffic and then gone to 2,000 traffic. That's a big difference. We've got people that have come in with 100 traffic and gone to 10,000 traffic. Again, that's a big difference.
And
the compounding return on that is that in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, they're still at that traffic volume, if not higher. That's where that ROI comes in.
yeah, but that took time to.
Yeah, we're talking years on this, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're talking a year, 2 years, 3 years. Again,
these
long
scales aren't on months.
Yeah.
So, talking to anybody like business owners, that if you see anybody that says they're going to generate you that kind of traffic and that kind of return in a month or two,
are lying.
are lying. Are lying.
Yes. Yeah.
It takes work. Like everything with business is nothing's
free.
Nothing's free.
Yeah. Fantastic. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Cheers. We'll talk to you next time.
Thank you for listening. Stay tuned for our next episode.